What's up, Peak Timers? Being a Hot Wheels YouTuber, I get a lot of questions asked to me about which car I drive in real life. I have revealed this in previous videos that I do have a 2015 Ford Fusion Titanium, but I've just added another car to my fleet. Working from home, I never really planned to add another car. Being as I do have a family, I do have a Mazda CX-9, which is kind of our family daily driver car. So adding a third car into our family didn't really make too much sense, being as I work from home. But being a car guy that I am, I constantly look online at different websites for cars for sale, and I saw a car that was at a great price, and I really thought I should just go take a look at it. I had no intentions of actually buying another car. Going to look at this car, I was really hoping it just wasn't going to be that great, so I could just kind of have fun, look at it, and kind of move on. But upon showing up and looking at this new car, I was quite honestly shocked how nice it was. I started thinking in my mind, can I make this happen? Does this really make sense? And this is the car in question. This is my 2007 Mercedes E550 4Matic. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. This is not a brand new car. This car is 11 years old, but just have a look at it. It's utterly beautiful in its silver color. It looks sort of timeless as a design. You would never think that this car is 11 years old. You might be wondering why I bought an 11-year-old Mercedes. Well, this has a 5.5 liter V8 with 382 horsepower. That's a lot more horsepower than my Ford Fusion has. And really, in this Mercedes package, I really thought I have to have this car. I got a great price on this car. It was undervalued by about $5,000, so I really could not pass this up. Normally I would sell my previous car before purchasing a new one, but I really thought that if I had waited to sell my Fusion, this opportunity would be gone. The car itself only has 76,000 kilometers. For an 11-year-old car, that's very low. The interior is absolutely immaculate. It looks like it just came off the showroom floor. Amongst many rainy days, it's an absolutely beautiful day today. So let's go ahead, get into the Mercedes and take it for a drive. There's something about driving a Mercedes-Benz that gives you a certain feeling, like a certain prestige. Makes me feel like, do I even belong in this thing? And that feeling isn't just when you're driving it, it's when you get in. There's a certain smell to it that smells different from your average American or Japanese car. The best way that I can describe the quality feel is just by going in the car and opening and closing the doors. The thud sound that the doors make is just screaming in quality. This particular feature, when I walk up to the car, I can just press the remote trunk button and the trunk just pops completely open. I love this feature. This particular Mercedes was fitted with the air suspension. There's 3 different settings that you can put it on. There is comfort, there's sport, or sport plus. But I think the sport setting is a good balance between both of them. Something very classic of Mercedes is putting the seat controls on the actual door. They design it kind of like a little seat itself, and there's lots of settings like the headrest, the back support, and the bottom seat, and you can adjust those to many different levels that you want. We've also got memory seats in there, of course. That's something standard on most Mercedes-Benz. Being a 2007 car, it does offer a navigation system, but this being kind of the first generation of maps and navigation, it's quite honestly really useless when you compare it to something like Google Maps or Apple Maps. I personally like having a navigation system to kind of reference the street that's coming up, but the actual system in this it's really not that detailed. I don't even get street locations inside of it. It does give me kind of the parallels on where I am, but there's really not a lot of detail, and I really don't find myself using the navigation or the maps in this car at all. Something that's really enjoyable to look at while driving are the gauges. I love the white highlighted gauges with the silver outside trim. It looks really classy and really fantastic. Of course, there's lots of other little quirks that Mercedes offer. For example, it does have a 6-disc CD changer, which is built into the dash. And it's not just like your average 6-disc CD changer where you can go into the back trunk or you can go into your dash and load all your CDs all at once. This particular one has a little button that you press with an automatic door that comes up and it delivers you your 6-disc CD changer. It's very classy and it's very fun to play with this little electronic door. I love features that most normal cars would never even think to put on because they're almost somewhat useless to have, but this Mercedes-Benz also does offer a headlight washer. So it's a little button you can press inside and it will actually have a little motor thing that pops out and washes your headlights for you. It's quite interesting. I don't really use it very often, but it's interesting to have. There's many different trim levels that you can get for this car and a load of options that you can add to it. I'm particularly happy with the wood trim dash inside. It's kind of a darker color. There is a lot of lighter color wood trims that you can get, and in my opinion, it kind of looks a little bit too old manish when you get those type of colored trims. So I really like the contrast of the black leather interior with the kind of darker wood on the dash. This particular car is fitted with the upgraded Harman Kardon stereo, and for a 2007 vehicle, it does sound quite good. Something I'm kind of disappointed with, which this car is not fitted with, is Bluetooth technology. When I actually got into the car, there is phone buttons on the steering wheel as well as phone number pads on the actual stereo itself. And unfortunately, there is an optional feature that you can get built into your car that gives you Bluetooth. This particular vehicle wasn't fitted with it, and if I wanted to install that, it's a whole bunch of wiring and stuff that I have to do. To be honest, it's really not quite worth it to me to do that, but I really wish they just included Bluetooth as a standard feature. But being a 2007, that obviously wasn't their first priority in vehicles. Any sort of modern vehicle nowadays, even down to a starter level Kia and stuff, will have Bluetooth technology built into it. And if you're wondering if a car seat fits in this vehicle, yes is the answer. It definitely fits a car seat comfortably. My daughter Arya loves riding in this. Despite the fact that this car has a 5.5 liter V8 with 382 horsepower, I find myself more or less just cruising in it. I don't really get that feeling all the time of having to press the gas and accelerate. This is a very comfortable luxury car. It does feel kind of classic and floaty, but it is nice to have that power when you need it. This car wasn't made to be sporty. It was made to be a luxury car, something that's comfortable, something that can cruise at high speeds very well. I've been driving this car for approximately a week now, and I kind of missed the sportiness that my Ford Fusion offers. You wouldn't think a Ford Fusion would offer sportiness, but the titanium trim level that I have with the sport seats, with the wider body, the wider tires on it, it is a lot better at handling. I do kind of miss that slight sportiness. I've never driven the E63 version of this car, and I'm sure that one does offer more sport to it, but I thought that this car would be a little bit more sporty as opposed to just being a very luxury cruising automobile. You might be wondering what 4Matic means. 4Matic is Mercedes-Benz all-wheel drive system. So this particular car has the 5.5 liter V8 with the all-wheel drive system. It's fantastic. When I was driving this in wet weather, the vehicle is very, very stable. It's very steady. I couldn't get the tires to slip at all. It's a fantastic all-wheel drive system. There is a button for traction control on and off, but this particular vehicle is not one you really want to mess with those type of things. It's not a real drive vehicle where you can turn that off and kind of have a little bit of fun. And when you turn traction control off on vehicles like this, it really doesn't 100% shut it off. So you're best just to leave it on and enjoy the smooth, steady ride of the car. All right, guys, I'm just entering onto the highway, so I'm gonna wrap this video up and enjoy my drive home. There's gonna be a lot more videos on this car coming up, so make sure you guys subscribe and make sure you guys are following me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as I'm posting a lot more pictures and updates on there. Thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.